quote. I think I tend to begin these videos when there's a quote about how women are meant to be, how they're meant to behave, with a bit of a pensive as I take stock of what I'm going to say and make sure that I don't digress too much about why I don't like it. Hi, I'm Kat from Bear Learn, and this video is going to quickly analyze the quote, "I made it my business to be the perfect wife." It is on page 32 of the Don Taylor translation of Women of Troy, and the sorry person who says this is Andromache, widow to the great Trojan warrior Hector. Andromache says this to her mother-in-law Hecuba, and as a quick aside, when two people are talking in Greek drama, it's called sticomythia. In this dialogue between the two Trojan women, modern audiences are given insight into the rather restrictive expectations of women during 415 BC, where it was truly a man's world. In 415 BC, women were not even considered citizens, so no voting and definitely no politics. Their roles were reduced to the home, and the highest thing they could aspire to was to be the perfect wife. As an aside, students who have studied Margaret Atwood's The Penelopead would be very familiar with this predicament suffered by Penelope. Women, as in The Penelopead and as in Women of Troy, achieved their greatest potential through being joyfully fulfilled at home and never leaving it. Because Andromache, as Andromache says, that's the certain way to compromise a woman's reputation. Women were not to engage in gossip or women's chatter and were expected to live quietly with their husbands. Andromache is known in Greek mythology as the ideal wife, and in Women of Troy, Euripides shows how futile it is to have these or any other aspirations in a world that has been overturned by war. War has made people go mad, and there is no point obeying by social expectation. Andromache has dedicated her whole life to doing what was expected, and in return, she's been sold off, not just to any Greek enemy, but in a very dramatically ironic way, she's been sold off to become the wife of the son of Achilles. And Achilles was the person who killed Hector, her husband. Twisted, isn't it? And that's Euripides' point. He's using Andromache and this quote that she says to impress upon his Greek audience that their behavior jeopardized established order. In 415 BC, the Greeks were actually preparing to go to fight another war, this time the Sicilian invasion, after they had just brutalized the Melians. So Euripides point to his real-life audience at the time that they felt justified in their barbaric actions in Milos, and they were actually eager to do the same thing in Syracuse in Sicily. Then if they felt that way, how in the world did they expect people to abide by other forms of expectation like cultural and gender norms? Achilles' son, Ptolemy, was actually considered worse than his father. He was the one who murdered Priam on the steps of the temple of Zeus. Such disrespect. But it was because of Andromache's reputation as the ideal woman that made him go, "That's who I want as a prize. That's the woman I want to be my wife. For all of my butchery, that's my prize." Thus, Andromache laments that she feels a greater sense of injustice, and she suffers even more because she has been singled out to suffer the indignity of being Ptolemy's wife because she was so good. Euripides' warning is that injustice breeds injustice. The kind of unjustifiable bloodlust exhibited by the Greeks, not just in mythological Troy, but in real life at the time against the Melians, will lead to even more injustice. Contrast Andromache with Helen. In a world that is overturned, Andromache is punished for being the ideal wife, whereas her foil, her opposite, Helen, a worthless murderess, is by and large rewarded for betraying her husband Menelaus, and Greek audiences know that Helen ultimately gets away with it. I really love how Euripides gives recognition to the women, especially in such a patriarchal society, using the character of Andromache to point out how hypocritical it is that the ideal of womanhood is set by men, and even when women play by men's rules, they still cannot win. This is a great quote on women's roles and injustice to whip out on your essays and assessments. I hope you've been taking notes into your Bear Bank. Bear Bank is free, and as you build up your quotes and notes on Women of Troy, say if you're going to essay on the theme of women's roles like this quote is related to, all you need to do is hit the relevant tag, and like magic, you've got all the relevant quotes and notes on that theme at your disposal for your revision or for your essay writing. It's a much more efficient way of taking notes, revising, and essay writing. If you found that helpful, it would make my day if you can hit the thumbs up button, and it helps to let me know if I'm on the right track with these videos and make more. While you're there, please subscribe to get alerts to get more videos like this. Don't forget that if you want more detailed analysis of quotes from Women of Troy, you can go to my website bearlearn.com, and from there you can get detailed analysis of 50 quotes from Women of Troy sent to you on a daily basis, so that's one per day. And if you don't want the analysis at all and just want to build up your own analysis, you can actually get the quotes only for 50 days for free, just like Bear Bank is free. The idea is you can stay in touch and immersed with Women of Troy for the duration during which you're studying it in school. If you want all of the free quotes or the quotes plus detailed analysis all at once put into your Bear Bank, make sure to add the Add to Bear Bank option from my website bearlearn.com to your cart and check out. I've got a few more short videos like this for Women of Troy on my website to help build your quotes and notes on Women of Troy, so please watch them to help build up your quotes and notes. Good luck with all of your assessments and your exam. Be educated and read.